All right, so here's this Singer. You can see that it's not in the best of shape. And if I turn it over, it's actually pretty dang dirty. At least the finish on it's not in the best of shape. It's seen some pretty rough days. Anyway, so I want to show you this. You can see this right here and all this right here. And if we go down here, we can see all this right here. So what causes that? What causes this to happen on machines? Obviously not taking proper care of them. You can see back here some cracking and stuff. Let me see if I can get some more light on that. Some better light on that. Yeah, there we go. You can see that cracking right there, right? So what causes all that cracking? Well, before I address that, a big cause of where it's worn right here is just use. And so the use is going to happen and it's going to wear. You can reduce it. There is a way to reduce this and keep. Now, I mean, obviously if your machine's already worn this bad, you're not going to really, you can't reduce what's already there without refinishing it. But you can stop it, okay? But what causes the cracking? What causes all of that? I'm sure that you've heard somewhere in a group or in comments or something to the best way to shine these up and preserve them is with the SMO, sewing machine oil. And I'm telling you right now, that is not the best way to do it. In fact, that's horrible. Yeah, it'll kind of clean them up and it'll make them shine. It'll make them look good. But here's the truth on these finishes. Anything that sits on these finishes for a long period of time will soften these finishes, okay? If you don't believe me, go get a little bit of water and pour on your finish. It doesn't have to be a lot, a couple of drops. And walk away for 10 minutes and come back. And you're gonna see it starting to turn white. That water is softening that finish. Oil will do the same thing. The only thing is the oil won't cause it to change colors, okay? The oil won't turn it white, all right? Because the finish that's on this is an oil-based product. The water in oil, when water mixes with oil, it emulsifies with it and causes it to turn white. Oil mixing with oil is not going to turn white, all right? But it will start to soften it. So if you put sewing machine oil on this and you wipe most of it off, there's still a thin layer on it, all right? What does oil do? Oil attracts dirt, okay? Now, with a really thin layer, you may not see a whole lot of it, but it is going to attract it. At the same time that it's attracting it, okay, it is softening up this coating. Eventually, it's going to dry back up and harden. But when it does, it pulls all the dirt and stuff in with it, okay? And it adds that oil to this finish with all the dirt that's in it, all right? And thus, that's the yellow coating that you see, okay? It's the oil where more oil has been added. And you can see some of it here. And when you start cleaning this, you're gonna see more of that, all right? It's not visible right now until you start cleaning it. The best way that I've found to clean this and to protect it is the same way that you clean and protect finishes on cars. You know, cars have clear coat finishes. Cars use paint, although this is not, on these old machines, this is not a paint, it's a different style of finish, which I'm not going to go into, but it does have a clear coat. Cars have clear coats on them. you don't rub oil on your clear coat on your car to make it shine, right? All right, so use a wax, a car wax with Carnauba in it. All right, clean this off, wipe it off, get as much dirt off of it as you can by wiping it down, and then use that, all right, to use the car wax to rub on this, and it will actually take dirt off of it. It seriously will. If you want to see more, if you want to see how that works, I have a video over on Patreon. It's a Singer 99, okay, where I clean it and I use car wax and I show you what it does. That wax, that car wax, not only does it clean it, but it protects the finish, and it does not eat into it. And the Carnauba actually puts a thin coat of protectant over it to help protect it from anything else that's going on. So go over to Patreon and check that out if you want to see how I clean these without using oil and without further deteriorating the finish.